I might be a little bit biased here, but I think this game should win. I'm just a Dead by Daylight streamer. Played Dead by Daylight since its release in 2016. I played 1 day of Tekken on my stream, and I thought this was a goddamn good game. What's up guys, TheMainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. We'll see if I post this on YouTube. Apparently the Game Awards are coming up, and this is the first time I see this. We have a best fighting category. I know Street Fighter 6 won last year. Before I give my opinion on this and some of these games I haven't even played, I just want to say that I feel like some people care too much about stuff like this. I see in the Twitch chat, I see on... I don't read Reddit too much. I think it's pretty cancerous. But sometimes I take a look at Reddit. I can only imagine what Twitter looks like. But people go, why is this nominated? Oh my god, this should have been nominated. Where's my game? Why is Elden Ring nominated again? And I'm just like, why do people care so much? It's just awards. It's like the Oscars, you know, it gets very political, there's lobbying. What matters in the end is your own taste, you know. This is super subjective, like who's to tell what the best game is? Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, Silent Hill 2 Remake. Who's to say what's the better game? It depends on your point of view, right? So it's like, people give too much credit to this award stuff. I get it that, you know, it can be fun and hype to watch and exciting, but in the end, like, don't get too invested in stuff like this. But so, I just want to see here, so what fighting games are nominated. Here's our own Tekken 8, which of course came out in January. My god, look at this effect. When I hold the mouse on it, you see the light going around, but my god, that looks good. So we have our own Tekken 8, which dropped in January. And then we have Multiverses, and I'm a bit taken aback. Didn't this game drop like when I was in kindergarten? I mean, I played this years ago, I feel, in a beta. Oh, wait, was it in beta hell? Like for years? It re-dropped this year. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics. Oh, so this is not a new game. This is a collection of old games. This, I feel, should not be nominated. I feel it should be about new original games rather than... Oh, I wouldn't want to see a Tekken 8 remaster being nominated either. I don't know. Depends on your point of view, but I feel this shouldn't be here. And then Granblue Fantasy versus Rising. Granblue is a fighting game I've heard a lot about. I've never played it myself, but it's from Arc Systems, I see. So I'm sure it's very good looking, visually very appealing. I still believe Guilty Gear Strive is one of the best looking fighting games I've ever seen. I don't know who is going to try and compete with Arc System when it comes to like 2D-esque visuals. It's masked 3D. I don't know who's going to compete with them. It's just so good looking. So I assume this is a super good looking game. I've never played Granblue, but this one says Rising. So is this like a sequel or something? But I can't give an opinion on this. Of course we have Dragon Ball Sparking, Kamehameha, no, Goku, no, Frieza, don't kill Krillin. Nice. We've got Dragon Ball Sparking 0. This released, what? A month ago. Yeah, is Super Garlic Jr. playable? That's all I have to say. We are nerds. I'm like the biggest nerd ever with plenty of stuff, including Tekken and fighting games in general. I, as a purist, would not call this a fighting game. But maybe that's too nerdy of me. This more seems like a 3D roaming action game where you can play versus. Arena Fighter, I think I've heard, or something. I guess let's say it is a fighting game. I'm too nerdy. Game Awards is more casual. So let's say it is a fighting game. It sold 3 million copies, I think. Was it in the first day? Or was it the first week? And it had, on launch weekend, like how many people were playing? 100,000 plus people, I think, in one day played that game. And then now it's gone down a lot, which it should. Any game has a trajectory down with active concurrent player base on Steam, but I think it's still at a very respectable, last time I checked, like 10,000 or something. So it's still holding on well, and God knows what the sales look like right now. It's a huge hit for Bandai Namco. you know, what sold so much the Dragon Ball license. If the same fighting game had been released, but with original characters, Spike and Zack. Haha, Spike, I will stop you. Bagaba, bagaba. If it would have sold 5 copies, right? The license is carrying this game. But yeah, I was not a huge fan of this game when I played it. I gotta be real here with you guys. I didn't think it was visually appealing at all. I didn't think the graphics were good. I think it looks dated. I think Dragon Ball FighterZ looks 100 times better, if you want to keep it honest. And that's a game with a lot of years on its neck now. I get that we want to throw in every character in Dragon Ball history. Goku has 37 different wigs. And oh, this one's purple, this one's pink, this one's blue, and it's different characters. I get that, but then it's just one win pose. I used to work as an animator. Many of the win poses are like, aha, I beat you, you are not good at all, I am the best. Like they do something with their arms, and then that portion of the animation freezes. I beat you, you are dead, I'm the greatest. Ah! And I'm just sitting there like, who animated this? Like, it's so lazy. So from a visual standpoint, I did not like it. It didn't even feel like a significant upgrade from Tenkaichi 2 or 3 that I played, you know, 20 years ago. The gameplay, I can't really give an opinion. I mashed the square button. I went up to opponents and I mashed this one, the button with a square on it. I mashed that one like this all the time. That's what I did. But I've heard from pro players that play this competitively that in the end it basically turns into what they call a vanish war. That the best defensive action you have in this game is a well-timed R1, so this one. As soon as someone is about to attack you, you have a pretty strict window, not super hard, but a pretty strict one, where you press R1 and you vanish and you go behind them. And this turns into a sequence called Vanish War. You press R1, haha, I'm behind you. But then your opponent can do that to you, and he presses R1. And basically, any good player, from what I understand, is expected to be able to land this vanish at any time. They have a 100% consistency, so it turns into vanish, 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 vanish. This is called Vanish War, until one of you runs out of ki. You know, and you have to go, ah, to get your ki meter bar up again. But first one to run out of ki loses the Vanish War interaction because it costs ki to vanish. And now you get hit. Poof, 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 poof. And then it starts over again. Vanish War. He ran out of ki. Poof, 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 poof. Basically, this seems to be the gameplay loop from what I understand from strong players. But of course, like, this does not sound very interesting. The real competitor here, I played this game and it's like, not as good as Smash in my opinion, but that's my opinion. I think I might be a little bit biased here, but I think this game should win. And this is coming from, I'm just a Dead by Daylight streamer. Played Dead by Daylight since its release in 2016. I played 1 day of Tekken on my stream, and I thought this was a goddamn good game. Or for this video, I'm Otsdarva. I'm not a Tekken guy. I think this game should win, certainly over Multiverses. Should win over this because this is not a new game, right? So I think Tekken 8 should take this game. This is the one where I don't know. And again, if you want to say something is the best game because it sold super well, I mean, this should win, I guess. I actually expect this one to win because you can't really compete with the popularity of Dragon Ball. And it sold super well. Is this, in the end, going to be as good of a fighting game as this when it comes to core gameplay? I think it would be insanity to claim this is anywhere close to this. And then, from a casual standpoint, I still feel like this game on release, for the, what, 70 or 80 bucks you paid, you got a lot of content, in my opinion. I don't feel you got ripped off. You got Unreal Engine 5, sick graphics, 32 characters. You got a, what, 3.5 hour fully cutscene animated story mode. You got a second story mode, which was a legacy Tekken story mode, where you do an arcade run with any character and you get a CG ending. You got a super nice practice mode with every feature you could want. You got arcade lounge. you know, you have online, Tekken Ball came back. I'm not trying to shill Tekken 8 here. I'm just trying to tell you how I see it. Like, bang for the buck, I don't even see Street Fighter 6 comparing with this in the amount of content you got when you bought the game. And I think the gameplay is super good. But then, you know, we've had a lot of negativity in the community lately. It's so crap, it's so bad. I just don't see it. Does it have problems? Absolutely. I still love the game. I think it's great. This is the one where I'm like, I just don't know. I haven't even played it for a second, so I just can't have an opinion. But, and again, I haven't played story mode here. If a story mode has the same laziness as I feel I've picked up in like the cutscenes I've seen in like win poses. But granted, I don't know, maybe it's CG rendered super awesome cutscenes. But I just feel like if the quality is the same as win poses, etc., I just don't feel it's going to be impressive. And also, it's based on an existing IP and story, which they've already done 40 games on. They created what-if scenarios. It's pretty cool. Oh, so they wrote something unique for the game. That's cool. That's cool. So granted, you know, take everything I say with 90 pounds of salt. I just feel like Tekken 8 kind of deserves this one. Again, this one I don't know. But yeah, if we base it off of sales this and popularity, I think this is winning. I wouldn't be upset if this wins. I feel like this one deserves the win, but it's like if this wins, I just wouldn't care too much. And I can see how some people feel like, well, it sold a lot. It has a lot of universal popularity. It's Dragon Ball. A lot of people have loved playing the game. I didn't like it, but a lot of people have been like, oh, it's so great. It's a 10 out of 10. So I wouldn't be upset if this wins. It's brought a lot of people joy. But as a Tekken gamer and as a fighting game giga nerd, I feel like this would win in the eyes of fighting gamers. So this seems to be the real competitor. So it's difficult to judge for me as I haven't played it. But so those are my thoughts on this. And again, I would just say don't care too much about an awards show. Doesn't really mean anything in the end. You know, it's fun entertainment. I expect this one to win, to be honest. And good for Dragon Ball. No, you know what? Whoever wins, we all win. Because it's Bandai Namco, right? Bandai Namco, yeah. Yeah, we won, guys. But so I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this, and have a great day. Take care.